In a revealing interview with Tucker Carlson, New York City Mayor Eric Adams disclosed that when he raised concerns about the growing migrant crisis, he was advised by members of President Joe Biden's administration to be a good Democrat. Adams believes his vocal criticism of the administration's handling of the crisis may have led to his targeting by the Department of Justice, describing the situation as politically motivated.
Because you complained about allowing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegals from foreign nationals who have no right to be here to come to your city, and you have to pay for it, and you complained, and this indictment was punishment for complaining.
That is clearly my belief, and based on several aspects of it, that I can't go into detail, but there are other aspects of it that shows me that I was targeted because of that.
So if we could just walk through and leave out the parts you can't talk about, of course, but this happens at the beginning of the Biden administration, which is close to the beginning of your administration. All these foreign nationals start showing up in New York. They have no money, they have no jobs, they have no place to stay, and you have to deal with them. And the taxpayers here have to deal with them. So you go to Washington. What were those meetings like?
Sharing with them that this was a problem.
Who did you speak to?
I spoke with Julie Chavez, is one of the personnel, Perez, another personnel. I spoke with the president himself. I spoke with the president first. Then the president came here to New York City. The governor and I sat down with the president. And I said, Mr. President, I'm not sure what they're telling you about this problem, but this is a terrible problem that's playing out on the ground, that we need to fix our border, and we need to just stop allowing people to come into the country with no destiny. We don't know what we're doing with them. And there was some that were coming here that were almost 6 months to a year, in some cases 2 years, without any work authorization. Like, what do you do with someone that cannot provide for themselves for that long period of time?
Well, what do you do?
We have to house them. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate 40,000 children, hold them into a shelter system, the complete package of what you would do for an adult that can't take care of themselves.
And so you tell the president and his aides this, and what do they say?
Basically, be a good Democrat, Eric.
Be a good Democrat?
That was the basic overall thing. One of his aides told me that, listen, this is like a gallstone. It'll pass.
It's like a gallstone, it'll pass.
Yes. It'll hurt now, but it'll pass.
Well, you pee it out then. Why do you have to?
Well said.
Adams recounted several interactions with key administration officials, including Julie Chavez and Perez, as well as a meeting with President Biden himself. During these discussions, Adams emphasized the overwhelming challenges faced by New York City, which has absorbed tens of thousands of migrants, including 40,000 children. I said, Mr. President, I'm not sure what they're telling you about this problem, but this is a terrible problem that's playing out on the ground, Adams stated. The mayor highlighted the city's immense financial and logistical burdens, describing how local resources are stretched to provide housing, education, and basic necessities for migrants who lack work authorization for months or even years. Despite his appeals, Adams felt dismissed. He shared a comment from one of Biden's aides, who likened the situation to a gallstone that will pass. Carlson pressed Adams on whether he believed the DOJ's actions against him were retaliatory. Adams responded, "That is clearly my belief, and based on several aspects of it that I can't go into detail." Adams' remarks have intensified debates over federal immigration policy and its impact on sanctuary cities. Critics of the Biden administration argue that its approach places undue burdens on local governments while failing to address the root causes of migration. Meanwhile, Adams' outspokenness has drawn attention to internal tensions within the Democratic Party over how to handle the crisis. Supporters of Adams praise his candor and view his criticism as a call for reform. "This isn't about politics," one local advocate noted. "It's about the reality of what cities like New York are facing every day." The interview has also reignited discussions about the role of sanctuary cities, the federal government's responsibility in managing immigration, and the potential need for systemic reform. As New York City grapples with the ongoing challenges of the migrant influx, Adams' revelations underscore the complex interplay between local governance and national policy. Whether this will prompt meaningful change or deepen political divides remains to be seen.